this is how it begins in the Fullerton household. Look at all the Christmas decorations. Babe, what are we doing here?
It looks like we're moving.
It looks like we're moving. We're not moving, but all right, welcome to the vlog, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about the house today. We're just kind of a little day in the life, a little update. How you been?
Good morning.
You look good.
Rob and Brian call me like every morning that they work, and I frequently say good morning, in like a happy like sunshine voice, and they both echo it back. It's like our little
good morning
inside joke.
What are we making today?
We're gonna make French toast. It's 11 almost.
Oh, this thing's like flickering on the camera, like the LED thing from the camera. Anyway,
making French toast and bacon. It's like 11, so I would call it breakfast, but it's like a
brunch. Brunch lunch.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. If you wake up at noon, is it lunch or breakfast?
It's still lunch.
It's still lunch?
Still lunch.
I don't know. I think that's first breakfast. And then you have second breakfast at about 2:30, and then you have lunch at 3 or 4. Definitely dinner at 9 or 10 p.m.
Do you want eggs?
No.
Okay.
I want French toast. Okay. You make this killer French toast. What do you got? Show them your secret, your swirl bread.
Oh.
Show them. That's the ticket.
It's not super thick, and they're smaller slices, so I feel better about, like, it's not as many calories, kind of, because it's very sweet, because it has cinnamon inside of it, the cinnamon swirl.
Yeah.
Not the raisins, though, because you can get this with raisins, too, but Brian won't eat it, so.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got some breakfast that we're making up here, and we just wanted to give you guys just maybe a little life update, little recap here. I am really blown out on the camera, sorry. This is Fullerton Party 2. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch two blondes take over the world and just crush it in business and in life. I'm just having fun. My eyes are watering like crazy. I already popped the Claritin this morning, and I'm not sure why, but I am like really... Well,
you were just vacuuming.
I was just vacuuming. I don't know, it's just dust. Who knows what's going on today. But we wanted to show you guys some updates on the house. So many of you guys have been asking, when's the house getting built? Are we finishing the basement? How big is it gonna be? All these different questions. And exciting news, we just got an email back from the architect that the basement is done being designed. So we're really excited about that. And we thought we'd walk you guys through the floor plan of it. It's big, it's another 2,000 square feet that we're adding to the home. And we didn't know if we wanted to finish the basement. But we'll show this or share this in a little bit here why we're going to, because it just kind of makes sense with our lifestyle and what we are trying to do later down the road. And it's really exciting time. So when we're done with breakfast, you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, so let's catch up with you guys here in just a quick minute and take you through a little bit more of the house plans and house tour, and we'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. This Pinterest perfect breakfast.
We do not do this every day. We actually did this every day, and that's how we both got it.
Yeah, look at that. Hold on, son.
And our table's not set because we just took down all of the Christmas decorations.
This is not a normal day.
This is not a normal day.
By the way, we had my brother and sister-in-law over yesterday. Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, if you never played it.
Best game ever.
Best game ever. Harry Potter and then Unstable Unicorns. Super funny.
Don't recommend the adult version of that one.
Yeah, right? All right, bon appetit. Look at yours.
I know, mine's prettier than yours because I actually like fruit.
Dude, thumbs up for French toast. Good Lord almighty, you outdo yourself every time. And then one of my friends, Caleb, he'd appreciate this. Real maple syrup. All right, guys, so let's talk about the house a little bit more. Liz has the giggles every time we start a video. Are you excited or nervous?
I don't know. It's sunny out for like the first time
Our eyes
ever.
are like...
Yeah, it's just a different kind of... I feel like we're moving because our place is all boxed up.
Here, grab the whiteboard really quick. We'll show you guys what we're going to be sharing with you guys. This is something I drew. We'll give a little close-up on it. So here is the house, the basement. Is that showing up a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, just so you guys know.
This is our floor plan that Brian redrew.
All right, so we'll revisit.
We'll go through that.
We'll revisit this, and a lot of you guys want to know just updates on the house and what everything is looking like. So, you want to join back in?
Oh.
By the way, that took about 20 minutes to draw.
I made breakfast while you did that.
It took a little bit longer to make than I would have thought. So really exciting, the house. A lot of you guys are wondering updates on the house. The idea is to build the home starting in July. We want to put a little bit more money in the bank. Our builder doesn't want to be first out of the gate in the spring. We're happy with both of those things, timelines for us.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have maybe started it last year spring, but like I said, we wanted to put some more cash in the bank and just really be conservative on the approach of this home because it is going to be an expensive house.
Yeah.
We want to do a full like cost breakdown, price breakdown, budget breakdown, all that stuff. But that's probably going to come in a couple months, maybe even like in a year. But along the way, we wanted to at least document the building of it, the talking about it, and just the different phases along the way. So do you want to share what we decided to finish the basement? Because
yeah, we did decide to finish the basement because we aren't going to be doing Dorothy doors, a walk out, or like a walk up even.
Right.
With having the pool in that backyard, we really wanted to make sure that we have eyes on the pool at all times from the majority of the house. And having a walkout meant that we would be at least a story, if not like a story and a half, above the actual pool with a deck. And so your view would just be blocked. Wanting to have kids and have people over and stuff, we just, for safety reasons, wanted to make sure we did that.
So we have the whole first floor done, the top floor done.
The outside.
And the outside, like we kind of know what the home's basically done. But then about a month ago, we were like, we want to finish the basement.
Yeah.
And you really came to the conclusion, a lot of good points. Like Liz said, there was little access. We didn't want to be in a construction site. Tell them about that.
That was the thing. I'm tired of living in construction. When we first moved in here, the buildings around us were still in construction, and it's just messy. And if we can do it, if we can afford to do it outside of our mortgage, because we don't want to finance things like finishing the basement, the landscaping, and the pole barn.
Right.
If we can swing it financially, I don't see a reason to really delay it, because all that's going to happen is by the time we need the space, and then you get the construction crew back in, it's just going to be a mess because we're hoping at that point we'll have kids, and
Right.
I just don't want to deal with it. So it's going to be a little bit more cost up front, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
We might not utilize the entire space until we kind of grow into it, but that's really what this house is. It's our forever home that will have space to grow. And we're pretty surprised at how quickly we grew into this place. So
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like let us know. Did you guys finish your basement when you built a home or bought a home, or did you guys just leave it cement walls and all that mess for 5 or 6 years?
And I know not everywhere has a basement. I think it's a big thing here in Michigan, but I know maybe down south in certain areas, people don't have basements, I've heard of, which is wild to me because we've always had basements. Not ever usually finished, but
Right. Well,
yeah.
the biggest point that I liked that Liz kind of made a good case for about 2 months ago was, yeah, but like, do you want to make it a construction site again in 5 years? And I'm like, no. Like, we want to be done. And if we're, let's say the basement is 50 grand, 75 grand, or 100 grand to finish, which it shouldn't be that much. It should be a little bit less than that for us because there's no theater or craziness to it. Let's say I put 20% down on the home. I only got to come up with 10, 20, 30 grand to finish this thing out, right? So I was like, we got that. I'd rather wait 1 or 2 more months, per se,
Yeah.
to come up with 10, 20 grand to be able to take care of the basement than to worry about it in 5 years and turn the whole place upside down again. We do not want to do that. I was like, that's a great point. And our builder thought it was a great idea too, because, why not? It just makes sense. So here's what we got. I got a little screenshot that I'll be walking through you guys with. This is the plan. The same thing you just saw on the whiteboard here. And this was the design that we got from TK. So a lot of you guys have seen TK on that last video, and they're our architect that is helping quarterback the whole design of the house. So do you want to walk through this?
Yeah, I'm going to look at this, but Brian will use some B-roll to show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's about 2,000 square feet. So if you guys want to follow with us, we originally, let's just start with the staircase. When we hit the landing pad, we were just going to square that off because we weren't going to finish the basement. But instead, because we're going to finish the basement, we're not going to make it an enclosed landing. We're going to just put a huge arch that kind of spills over into the main living room.
Yeah, so a lot of the finishes that we're going to do in the basement will be more simple, but we did continue on some of the architectural elements like that arch. A similar fireplace will be down there, but essentially when you come down from the upstairs, the staircase is open all the way up, so you'll be able to look up the staircase and see all the way up to the upstairs, hopefully like a nice big pendant light or something.
It makes me so happy. You got to slow down on that one. Like this staircase is going to be super pretty. It's going to be super pretty.
It's pretty it's like an old-fashioned type of thing. We wanted to really stay consistent with the style of the house. When you're building a custom house and you can use, you might seem like you get like Tuscan elements mixed in with like farmhouse and it's this Frankenstein kind of a house. We wanted to make sure the elements that we were choosing for our home match the aesthetic of that actual like theme kind of, if that made sense.
Yeah.
And this really fit in well with like the time period of the house that we were going for.
And by the way, a little timeout. If you guys are enjoying the video, big thumbs up for us, would you? It really helps the channel. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe if you guys are watching this video. We're just documenting us building our custom home and just some of the family stuff behind the scenes. So we appreciate you guys jumping on board with us.
Yeah.
All right, so
when you get to the bottom of the stairs, if you turn right, there's a door. And that's all going to be storage. Our utilities will be back there. I don't know if part of it might be finished and part of it might be closed off, like with the furnace and stuff. We're not really too sure yet.
The trunk, like the front middle on the basement has to be kind of reserved for utilities for all the main lines. So that's where we're going to put a lot of our utilities. And that room may or may not be finished, like Liz said.
Yeah. And then to the left of the staircase is the living area. So it's going to be like a secondary living space with a nice fireplace. Nothing too crazy, but with Michigan, it does get cold here in the winter, and I wanted to make sure that the basement was still a cozy space.
Right.
So adding a fireplace down there really helps with that.
Hey, by the way, you said the reason we wanted to finish the basement is because in Michigan, when you like go to a party, everybody does it in the basement. Like you spend all this money upstairs, but then everybody, or at least all the kids as well, get kicked downstairs. So we just wanted to finish it out because if we had a party.
Yeah, I kind of thought of it like we wanted to make sure our back of the house looked just as pretty as the front of the house. I think people spend a lot of money to make their house have a good curb appeal, but you spend all of your time in the backyard. So I get it, but you know, spend time on both spaces in my opinion if you can. And the basement was just kind of an extension of that. Like he said, when we have parties and stuff, that's where the kids are gonna go. Yeah.
Your whole family. Every time we go to your family's house, it's like, let's go to the basement.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's just a big area. We also have very small houses in my family.
Yeah.
So if you go to the left of the living room, there's a little bit of a hallway. To the right, there's double doors into an office, and to the left, there's double doors into a gym. We're talking about maybe putting Brian's podcast studio in the office down there, since it'll be way more quiet than on the main living space, and also obviously like temperature controlled versus putting it in the pole barn.
Yeah.
So I think that really does make sense. And then straight ahead down that hallway is a very long room, very big space, and right now it's labeled as crafts, which I think is great. I have a lot of craft stuff. I also wanted to use half of that as like just decor storage. I would like dream goal would to be able to have all of my decorations for different times of the seasons and stuff, maybe not like Christmas and things, but just for different throw pillows, and have it look like a mini like home goods where I can see all of my decor, can go down there and shop for my own thing, because I think a lot of us that if you do regularly like decorate and redecorate your house, you kind of forget what you own, so you buy more stuff, and then before you know it, you have way too much of it. So if you could see everything, I think that would be good. Eventually, we might make that into the homeschool room. A lot of these spaces have been...
You're like out of breath.
I am. It's a lot of talking. A lot of these spaces are pretty flexible, so we can decide, like we were throwing the idea around of making his office upstairs actually into the homeschool room once it's needed. Yeah. We go back and forth on a lot of it, but...
Because I want to watch the birds chirp and the deer out back or whatever, or out front.
So one of the major reasons that we decided we kind of have you look on this particular plan.
Well, here, let me show them. So this, what we're reading is actually it's over the old design. And it's probably gonna be hard to show on the phone, but we actually had TK redo the basement.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff we liked where it is, but we changed a few things out. And on the B-roll here, you'll see that whole white section that is now labeled games, that used to be where we originally wanted to put a bedroom. And our builder said, hey, sound travels, even if it's just creaks and walking, you know, if you have your master bedroom upstairs, which is where ours is located, and then the guest bedroom or a suite downstairs, that's going to travel. So he said, let's flop where we originally had like the games and the room, flip them on the opposite side. So the B-roll you're seeing is the plan that we have right now.
But yeah, the most updated one. Another reason we did that too is we weren't really best utilizing the natural light, because on that wall is the only place that we can put windows because of it being a like walkout main floor.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to make sure that we were using the natural light to the best of our ability, because it is the basement, it tends to be darker. So if you continue down the living room, you have the games to the left. There's a little bit of a kitchenette, which is cool. So you can put snacks, things that, you know, have easier access for kids if they're downstairs. And then to the left, if you keep continuing down, it's like
a whole suite.
Yeah, there's an entire suite down there with
this is pretty cool.
A bedroom, a walk-in closet, its own linen closet, double sink, and in the water closet you have the toilet and a combined shower and bathtub. And directly in front of that, underneath the stairs, is just lower level storage, which is cool. So more storage, in my opinion, the better. But I think overall, this really utilizes the space for what we need. Even if we change out a couple rooms, having those designated areas versus just one very large open basement will work better for us, considering the podcast, the home gym, like things like that. Like, I don't know about you. I don't want to get all sweaty in front of like even my kids. Like, just leave me alone. Just let me go.
Well, I was going to add too, like that whole suite is really cool too, because if one of our moms ever has to live there or family member or who knows what, it's like its own private suite. So I don't know if you guys ever like spent the night at somebody's house, and sometimes you're in that spare bedroom, and that spare bedroom may or may not have its own bathroom.
Yeah.
And so you kind of do like the hold the towel around you and you like walking 20 feet down the hall, or
You just bring your clothes with you into the bathroom.
yeah, I mean like normal people do that. And then, you know what I'm saying though? And so now you're like walking all up and down people's hallways and you're like wet, or you just have like old clothes on. You're like, what am I doing here? It's nice to have like a secluded suite. And my dog is like literally resting his head on my shoulder. He's probably gotta go OUT. But so we're really, really excited about, you know, finishing the basement. We didn't add anything crazy like a movie theater or I'm trying to think what else you normally would put down there.
And we do have the ability, if we wanted to.
Our thing's over this way, by the way.
Yeah, if we wanted to, instead of the gym being in that corner spot, we could put it into the craft area and make that what is now the gym into a home theater where it's, you know, blacked out and everything.
Yeah.
So we do have that flexibility. Our main goal was just to make sure we have the walls up, you know, like the carpeting, like everything that we want down there is down there. And then if we want to change something over, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just moving stuff around versus like actually building something.
Right.
So
no, I like
think it makes sense. I really love that we ran it past Mike Miller because he was able to point out a couple things, and that's how we got to this like finalized plan. And we love hearing your guys' opinion too. So
I don't know, finished basement, not finished basement. I'm gonna kind of miss the option to like go downstairs and like roller skate, you know, like with the kids, like play roller hockey, you know, or like or knee hockey, if you will, with banging the puck and the ball off the wall.
Yeah.
But
we do have an entire pole barn.
Yeah, true, and 3 acres we can go run around and be crazy, myself included, on the property. But I really don't want to be having another construction site in the house.
Yeah.
And like Liz said, with no walk out, no walk up, or without the Dorothy doors, it's gonna be really hard to get sheets of plywood and drywall down there. And there's no way we want people to use the nice staircase once it's finished, because that's gonna be a expensive focal point for the house. So anyway, timelines on the whole house, like we were saying, is July. We got something else I wanted to share with you guys in just a quick second, but the pole barn, maybe 6 to 12 months after that. We're still trying to see if we want to build it this year fall, the following 2022 spring. A lot of things are up in the air. We want to pay cash for everything as we go.
We also want to live there when our equipment is stored there, so we don't want to put up a pole barn and then store our equipment there and not be there.
Yeah, I don't want to drop off $100,000 on equipment at a pole barn and not have it monitored, obviously. Last thing we'll say is once this design gets rendered 3D, would you guys like to see a 3D walkthrough of the whole home? So we have the first 2 layers done. It's super cool. It is super, super sweet. It's gonna take me some time to like make that video and edit that to like help walk you guys through it. Maybe it'll be a huge voiceover with us. But we have the 3D rendering of the first 2 layers done. And I said, hey, when you guys are done with the basement, can we get a 3D rendering of it? And they said, of course, sure, that's part of your plan. So would you guys like to watch like a 3-step walkthrough of the whole 3D rendering?
It's like The Sims. It's pretty cool.
It's really, really cool. Not every architecture firm does that. These guys do. Of course, we pay for it, but anyway. But hey, shout out to TK Design. In fact, I think 1 or 2 of you have already used TK just since we started making like these little quick vlogs.
Yeah, I think one is an entire house and then one's a complete remodel.
Yeah.
So they do it all and they're able to work.
Tell them we sent you. They'll take care of you guys.
I think, what did they say? Like 50% of their business or something? 40%
Oh, more than
of their
that
business?
is out of state. All right, well, that's what we got on today's video. Just a quick little update. You know, on our life, we've been busy trying to still plan the home out. Liz is decorating. Haven't really been plowing too much snow for my Lawn and Landscape YouTube channel. We haven't really been working too much the last week or 2. Only like 2 or 3 real snow pushes.
Yeah.
It's been a light winter.
Late winter.
But that's okay because
It's only January, so.
Yeah, I've been busy like creating social media stuff and YouTube stuff and all this other mess, which I love doing. And then just spending more time with my gal. And when she's making you French toast like that, how can you turn that down?
Like 2 years ago, when Brian had his first full winter, like doing plowing, and he was gonna be home, he was like, I want to eat French toast every day. I want to like gain weight because he used to have trouble keeping weight on.
Hey, don't give away
and
my
I was like,
secret.
game on. And
yeah, your secret
here we
French
are.
toast help me gain weight. Now you have a secret French toast help me lose weight. So, all right, cool.
It's called the Peloton.
It's called the Peloton. Ugh. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you guys, like I said earlier, jumping on the journey with us. Fullerton party of 2, and there'll be more exciting, fun announcements, I'm sure, in the next 2 weeks. So, all right, guys, that's it. Over and out. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.